What if I told you that for decades, General Motors quietly sold a part that they called nothing more than a simple, economical piece of equipment? Something built purely to save gas and keep things smooth and boring. But out on the streets, in garages, and on drag strips across America, mechanics and racers discovered something GM never openly admitted. Hidden inside this so-called ordinary economy part was a strange, clever design that could turn a slow, sluggish V8 engine into an absolute monster. This part sat right on top of the engine in plain sight, yet almost nobody outside the automotive world understood the real trick hiding inside it. Today, we are uncovering the true story behind this incredible piece of hidden engineering. If you love uncovering real secrets behind classic American engines like this one, make sure to subscribe to our channel right now so you never miss another story like it. The part behind this incredible story is called the carburetor, specifically a very special one built by General Motors called the Rochester Quadrajet. Now, before we go any further, let's quickly explain what a carburetor actually does, especially for anyone who might not be familiar with old car engines. Back before modern fuel injection systems existed, every gasoline engine needed a way to mix air and fuel together perfectly before sending that mixture into the engine to be burned. The carburetor was the device responsible for doing exactly that job. Most carburetors of that era used what is called a square bore design, meaning all four openings, called throttle bores, were roughly the same size. But General Motors decided to do something different with the Quadrajet, and this decision would end up creating one of the most misunderstood yet powerful carburetors in American automotive history. The story of the Quadrajet begins in 1965, when Rochester Products, a division of General Motors, introduced this carburetor for the very first time. It first appeared on Chevrolet's brand new 396 cubic inch big block V8 engine, a powerful engine that needed a carburetor capable of handling serious airflow demands. Instead of following the traditional square bore design that other manufacturers were using, GM's engineers built the Quadrajet using what is called a spread bore configuration. This meant the carburetor had two small primary bores in the front and two much larger secondary bores in the back. This was a completely different approach compared to anything else on the market at the time. For years, General Motors marketed the Quadrajet primarily as a fuel-efficient, everyday carburetor, not as a high-performance racing part. And in many ways, this reputation made complete sense. The small primary bores in the front were specifically designed to give precise fuel control during normal, everyday driving, like cruising down the highway or driving around town. Because these primary openings were small, the engine only received exactly the amount of fuel and air it truly needed during a light, casual driving, which meant better fuel economy and smoother, more comfortable performance for the average driver. This is exactly why so many everyday General Motors cars, family sedans, trucks, and even work vehicles used this same carburetor for decades. It gave regular drivers good gas mileage and smooth, predictable performance. Exactly what most people wanted from daily vehicles. But here is where the real secret of this carburetor comes into play, and it is something that regular economy-minded drivers rarely even noticed. While those small primary bores handled everyday driving, the Quadrajet also featured two much larger secondary bores hidden right behind them, and these secondary bores were nowhere near as small or restrictive. Under normal light driving conditions, these larger secondary bores stayed almost completely closed and inactive. But the moment a driver pressed hard on the gas pedal demanding real power, these secondary bores would spring into action. Using a clever vacuum-operated mechanism, air valves inside the secondary bores would open in direct response to engine demand, allowing a massive rush of additional air and fuel to flow through, dramatically increasing the engine's power output almost instantly. This meant the Quadrajet was essentially living a secret double life. During normal, easy driving, it behaved exactly like GM claimed, an economical, fuel-efficient, well-mannered carburetor. But the instant a driver wanted real performance, it transformed into something else entirely. delivering an enormous surge of airflow that could turn an otherwise average engine into a genuinely powerful performer. Word about this hidden capability didn't spread through official GM advertisements or dealership brochures. Instead, it spread the way many great automotive discoveries do, through mechanics, hobbyists, and racers, who spent countless hours working directly with these engines and carburetors. These experienced mechanics noticed something surprising. Cars equipped with this so-called economy carburetor were somehow keeping up with, in real garages and on real racetracks, and sometimes even beating cars using more traditional, performance-focused carburetors from other companies. At first, this seemed to make no logical sense. How could a carburetor built and marketed specifically for fuel economy possibly compete with carburetors designed purely for maximum performance? The answer, once discovered, completely changed how enthusiasts viewed this carburetor. Because the secondary bores were so large, once fully opened under hard acceleration, they could actually flow more air and fuel than many dedicated performance carburetors built by other companies. Combined with the smart vacuum-controlled opening system, which prevented the engine from bogging down or stumbling. During the transition to full power, this created a carburetor that offered the best of both worlds: everyday efficiency combined with genuine performance capability when needed. The true genius behind this design comes down to something engineers call metering, which simply means controlling exactly how much fuel enters the engine at any given moment. Traditional performance carburetors from other companies often struggled with a difficult balancing act. If they were tuned to deliver strong performance at high speeds, they often ran poorly and wasted fuel during normal, everyday driving. If they were tuned for good fuel economy, they usually lacked serious power when drivers wanted to accelerate hard. The Quadrajet's spread bore design elegantly solved this problem. The small primary bores handled fuel efficiency and smooth daily driving with excellent precision, while the massive secondary bores stood ready in reserve, delivering serious airflow only when the engine truly demanded it. This meant drivers got genuinely good fuel economy during normal use, while still having access to real substantial power whenever they needed it, all from the exact same carburetor. This was such an effective design that the Quadrajet ended up being used across an enormous range of General Motors vehicles for an incredibly long period of time, remaining in production and in widespread use for roughly 25 years, powering millions of vehicles ranging from mild family cars all the way up to some of the most powerful muscle cars and performance vehicles GM ever built. For performance enthusiasts and drag racers, understanding this hidden trick opened up incredible possibilities. Once mechanics fully understood how the secondary bores and vacuum-operated air valves worked, they realized they could carefully tune and modify these systems to unlock even more performance than the factory ever intended. By adjusting the secondary metering rods, which controlled exactly how much additional fuel flowed once the secondaries opened, skilled mechanics could dramatically increase how quickly and how completely these secondary bores would open under hard acceleration. This meant engines that seemed relatively mild and unassuming in stock form could suddenly transform into genuinely powerful performers once properly understood and tuned, all without ever needing to replace the carburetor with an expensive aftermarket performance part. This is exactly why so many classic GM muscle cars from the late 1960s and throughout the 1970s, despite often being labeled as using an ordinary or economical carburetor, were actually fully capable of shockingly strong performance once their true potential was unlocked by someone who genuinely understood how this clever design truly worked. Even today, decades later, this carburetor remains highly respected among serious classic car collectors, restorers, and racing enthusiasts. Despite countless newer and more modern performance carburetors being available on the market, many dedicated mechanics still choose to rebuild and properly tune an original Quadrajet, specifically because of its incredible flexibility and hidden performance potential once it is truly understood. This carburetor also represents something bigger than just automotive engineering. It shows how something can be widely misunderstood or underestimated simply because of how it was marketed or labeled, when in reality it was capable of so much more than people initially assumed. General Motors called it an economy part, and on the surface that label seemed accurate. But underneath that simple label was a genuinely brilliant piece of engineering, one that quietly proved itself capable of turning slow, unassuming V8 engines into genuine monsters on the street and at the drag strip. This story teaches us an important lesson that applies far beyond just carburetors and classic cars. Sometimes the things we assume are simple, ordinary, or unremarkable are actually hiding incredible potential underneath the surface. Potential that only reveals itself once someone takes the time to truly understand how something works, rather than simply accepting the label it was given. General Motors engineers built something far more clever than most people ever gave them credit for. And it took dedicated mechanics and racers, people willing to look deeper and experiment for themselves, to fully uncover just how powerful this so-called economy part truly was. It reminds us that real value is not always obvious at first glance, and sometimes the most surprising strength hides quietly beneath an ordinary-looking exterior. We hope you enjoyed uncovering this incredible hidden story today. If you want us to bring you more true stories about hidden engineering secrets behind classic American cars and engines, let us know in the comments which one you would like us to cover next. See you in the next video, and take care until then.